I mean, in a way, this is the obit that you want to run after it's all over, after we're just heading out the door. But here's Eddie Glaude basically saying that the decline in our country is manifested by this moment in many respects.
Bennett, appreciate it.
Sure.
Eddie, take it away.
I'm just thinking about all those people, all the people around the country who are catching hell, trying to make ends meet, trying to pay their light bill, trying to keep food on the table, pay rent, and having to navigate and negotiate this stuff, this nonsense. I mean, just think about it. The President of the United States, there's a judge just said yes to a $25 million fraud to Trump University, emoluments. Michael Cohen, his lawyer, obstruction, collusion. And then you combine all of that with incompetence, with someone that you don't think has a moral center, whose narcissism is so unbounded that he will make the decision with regards to Syria. He will make the decision with regards to North Korea. And so I'm thinking about hardworking, everyday people, whether you're white, black, brown, purple, or yellow, having to live in perhaps a country that's in decline. And the face of that declension is a B-list reality actor.
Eddie, we're going to leave it there. Just
C. Now,
C-list.
I think to a large extent, not totally, and it really, I think you'd actually have to be more specific with the people that he's talking about, because I think for a lot of those people, they're not, all those details are not there. That their perception of Trump is radically different. That they get their news sources from different news sources, and they're not aware of any of it. And to the extent that they are, they're completely suspect of it. And that Trump is, in many respects, the guy who's fighting off the decline of the country. I mean, make America great again, right? I mean, this is the sort of misapprehension, I think. Now, I happen to think that it's a fairly contained set of people, 35% of our country, 40% of our country. But, this is the thing that people have to remember. Cenk was talking, Cenk and I were talking, Cenk Uygur and I were talking Thursday in Vegas, and his theory is that after the primary season is over, Republicans, particularly in or Republicans broadly speaking, are going to turn on Trump. And the thing that you have to remember is that, and there was a piece today about this, 80% of Republican voters, 80% still support Trump wholeheartedly.
Why wouldn't they? I mean, he's the perfect policy president for Republicans. People need to keep remembering that. And even stylistically. Like, there was an amazing IM that we got for TMBS, and it was hilarious. But a guy was like, my Republican buddy just said to me, jobs are growing, which is actually true. Labor market's good. Big tax cut. And he's banging porn stars. Trump's definitely getting reelected. Right. And I think that is, I mean, there you go. Look, that's the mentality.
80% of Republicans. So nobody is going to change anything. They're not going to say, I can get by in 2 years going out against Trump. No. And the last thing they also want is the ire of Donald Trump. I mean, if you start to see somebody in the House who's not retiring come out against Donald Trump is going to single them out, and they're terrified of that. And then their political career is over because it's contingent upon these Republicans. 80% of Republicans continue to support him. I saw somebody break this down. He has a majority of white support, vast minority of black support, and of Latino support. The majority of white support is something like 55-45, somewhere around that. But the Republican Party is completely a party of identity politics, and they're going to vote for the white guy the white guy they have in power, period. And there are a bunch of white people, and that's about it. And so Eddie Glaude is right, I think, for a subset of people in the country who are like, but I think for the vast majority of at least of Republican voters, Donald Trump is this thing that is trying to stop the decline of the country.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. The video we watched of Cory Booker last week, ripping into Trump's nominee for his racist ties and what a shithead he is. But like, at the end of the day, people are going to vote for or against a Democrat because they have populist policies. And
I think there's a lot of people who will vote for against Donald Trump because of those things. There's no doubt.
Well, in